Guys, it's official. I just had my first $100,000 profit month, blowing my best previous month, February, out of the water by over $20,000. And wow, it's exciting. And I never really thought that I would be in this position at this point so soon. I always dreamed about, as a kid, having a job that would pay me $100,000 a year. So to make that much in a month is pretty mind-blowing. And I'm so grateful to be in this position and to be in the position where I can share my insights with you guys about how I was able to get to this point. And it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. So I'm very grateful for all of you guys for watching me, for giving me this platform to be able to share my ideas with you. And in today's video, I want to go over some of the trades from today that helped push me over the edge, and actually how I screwed up really big, and how I should not make a mistake like this again, what I'm gonna do in the future to prevent it. And I really think this is gonna be some valuable insight for you guys, so please try to stick around towards the end. It really helps out my channel. If you guys, have that long view time, smash that like button if you would for me. Maybe leave a comment if you feel like it. If not, no big deal. And yeah, let's do it. All right, guys. So here I am at my laptop, and this is my profit tracking spreadsheet for the month of July. And you can see that every single day was green again, and I was able to have 100,390 and 0 this month. I mean, just absolutely insane. Best week was by far this one, where I averaged over $8,000 a day. Absolutely crazy. Haven't had a week like that since February, and it's just incredible, guys. It's really incredible. So you can see I haven't had a red month, a red day since April. So you can see all July was green, all of June was green, all of May was green. Last red day was April 21st, a negative $219 day, where I almost got back green on that day, but I barely managed not to. I barely missed it. And then the last red day before that was March 1st. So pretty crazy, guys. Since March 2nd, I've only had one red day. And again, just really grateful for these opportunities, and grateful to be able to teach you guys what I know. So I want to talk about my huge mistake today, because this honestly cost me thousands and thousands of dollars, and I'm gonna really do my best to not make this mistake again. I'm gonna really do my best to not make this mistake again. So trading breakouts are one of the best ways to make money, like going long buying breakouts, especially on OTCs, because they can just get so overextended. They can pretty much go on forever. So, I mean, you can see here on this chart, guys, I drew this line yesterday in my video, and I said if it has a breakout over this previous area at 7 cents, it probably grinds up all day long and goes on a nice little run. I think it can go more days after this. This is just day one, potentially, of this breakout. But you can see, this thing was up 40% today. It closed up 40%. And if I had bought, even 200,000 shares at the breakout of 7, maybe I get them at 7.2 or something like that, guys. I mean, 8.2, 9.2. I mean, that's like easily $5,000 profit that I left on the table because I didn't take this trade. And this is where I really want to work on my patience. So like when I've been trading TCEHY, there's a lot of really scalpy moves because I don't know what the big picture is going to look like. So I just read the level 2 and take advantage of that. But I also want to be better about being more patient and actually taking advantage of those big picture moves, like we've been getting, like we got on NSAV. I really want to be able to hold and just hold through some of this choppiness. I really want to be able to do that, and that is a weak point of mine. And so that's why I'm going to work on developing that. If we get a great breakout chart setup like this, I'm going to work on, getting out of my comfort zone, guys. I'm going to work on buying in with a little bit of size and being patient, having a good risk level and just sitting on it, letting it run. Because that is how you make real money once you start to get your account bigger. Because you can't get in and out with, 500,000 shares, 1 million shares. I could have taken 1 million shares on that breakout. I easily could have had 1 million shares on that breakout. I easily could have done it. There was plenty of time for me to buy 1 million shares of this stock, but I didn't do it. And moving forward, I want to work on that. So going into the weekend, I'm actually holding 2 stocks over the weekend to work on this. So number 1 is DRNG. And you know, if you look at this chart, it doesn't look like it's too special, but if I go show you this chart, you can see why. Actually, I think maybe 15-minute looks a little better. So you can see here, this is just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful clean breakout. And honestly, I probably should have been loading this all up in these areas because it had some really, really nice basing. You can see like just this entire time here. Look at that. I mean, this is just classic, absolutely classic. Also, this 8 breakout probably would have been smart, you know, once it consolidated over that area, buying some more here. That would have been smart, but I ended up buying right here at 95 on some dips here because it broke out over the 1 penny level, which is really, really important. And then also, you know, the previous resistance from this previous run. So I bought, and you know, there's not nearly as much volume as there was on this day, but I bought and I held over the weekend. And I didn't buy huge size because, you know, if it dumps, I don't want to take a big loss. But I just bought some feeler size, you know, and a stock like this, it's a sub penny. You know, okay, it made over a penny, but it still trades like a sub penny. And what that means is they don't really run ridiculously clean because there's a lot of people with a lot of size. So it's really easy for them to throw up like a wall of 10 million shares. And that typically spooks people in the market selling. So like anytime you get a breakout, there's usually people who like market sell and it like pulls back. So it's always like really choppy and stair-steppy. So you gotta be prepared for that when you're trading these sub pennies. And I knew that was gonna be the case. So when it ripped out and broke over a penny, I knew that it was very likely to continue after pulling back. So I waited, I didn't buy for the breakout of a penny, and I waited for it to pull back. And I actually didn't start buying until right here. And I bought 150,000 shares at 95 right here on this dip. So I bought right here, if it'll let me put it in there. And then it ripped and it made a new high day again. And then it pulled back and I waited, I was patient. And I bought more. I was trying to add a lot more, but I only got 30,000 more here at like mid-96s, between 96 and 97. So all in all, I've got 180,000 shares of this over the weekend, and I'm hoping that it's going to have a really nice breakout, you know, a really nice extension. There's a chance that this is really nice. Now, there's also a chance that this thing just gaps down and dies and goes straight into a morning panic. Okay, if that happens, you know, I have a decent average overall. My average is like 95.5 cents. Maybe 95.3, or not cents, you know, 0.00953 or something like that. So I should be all right. But this is such a great setup. You know, if you look at this, it's just a beauty of a chart. So this is one where I had to take the chance because, you know, we've seen how far beautiful breakouts like this can go. And NSAV, honestly, could go just as far as DPLS went, you know. You see a nice breakout from this level and it ends up ripping. And then it comes back and it breaks out and runs even higher. So, you know, this thing, NSAV, guys, it could look crazy, you know? Beautiful breakout here, looks very similar to DPLS, trades very similar, like grinding, and I would not be surprised to see this thing at 15 cents. Now, it is already overextended, so there's no guarantee it goes that far, but this is just such a great setup that it's worth buying and being patient on. You know, I got to get out of that scalper's mindset. And also, I should have been more patient on some of these dips because I bought in, like I literally bought 100,000 shares at 824 or 825, and I sold them at like 822, something like that, on this wick here. And then it just kept going. So if you get in on these dips on a stock that trades like this, where it'll grind up and then dip, and then just grind back up, just be patient, you know, get in on a dip and let it do its thing. So I guess on Monday, I'll be looking for this to break out past 10 cents, see if it can keep going. But it should be interesting, guys. The other one is RSHN. And this is a very similar kind of chart setup where, you know, you got this resistance here. It fades back down. And now it's coming up. And supposedly there's supposed to be some, you know, some big thing on the TV over the weekend or something like that. Some big news or some type of marketing over the weekend. I could not really get shares for this, so we'll see what happens. I only got 15,000 shares, so like pretty much regardless of what happens, I'm not gonna make much money on this. I mean, this thing could go to 2 cents and I'll only make, you know, like $120 or something like that. So I'm not gonna be making any serious money or losing any serious money on this ticker, but you know, I'm interested to see how it plays out, and I really wanna work on my patience overall. So I'm excited for this, and it's just gonna be a new stage of my development, and I hope, you know, you guys can learn that patience as well, because these breakout plays, especially in OTC land, are absolutely great. Some of the custodianships that I talked about, I actually bought a good amount of today. So IKTO, this is one that saw a really nice dip today, guys. Saw a really nice dip. It felt like a lot of these were selling off. And, you know, when the chart looks like this is when I like to be buying because, you know, this means it's really easy for it to have a rebound and, you know, bounce 100% from here. And this stock, I think, is probably going to be going well over 2 cents. So when it got down here, you know, I was loading up. I added a ton right here. I bought, I think I doubled up my position. So now I have like 400,000 shares, and I bought a ton right there. So if it dips any lower, I'll just buy some more because this is one of those that you want to have some shares of, in my humble opinion. And there were a couple other ones that were doing that as well. So if I go to KATX, this is another like custodianship one. This thing had a fat dump today. Now this one could definitely dump a lot lower, but I took a nice starter position here. I got 200,000 shares on that dip there when it was under a penny. You know, it's way better to be buying here than when the chart looks well, I gotta zoom in more. Oh gosh, I just messed that up horribly. Point of the matter is, you know, if a chart is straight up, guys, I don't like buying it because there's just not much support. You know, there's a lot of room for it to fall. So I much prefer buying here. And yes, it could fade off more. If it does, I'll buy more. Same thing. So we got, what do we got? KRFG. This is a very similar story, guys. So this thing ran pretty much straight up. And when it was on this day, like I was having some serious FOMO. I'm like, damn, this thing's gonna run forever. But then I'm like, you know what? No, nothing goes straight up. I'm gonna wait for it to pull back and start getting some entries. And I actually bought some here. I don't know that I actually got an ad today, but it would have been a nice ad today. So this could fade off some more. If so, I'll be buying more. But this is a non-dilutive custodian that is gonna be very far above these current levels in the next couple of months, in my humble opinion. So, you know, you want to add on these dips and be ready for the rips. And that's just what patience comes down to. So this is like the swing trades that I'm really getting into, guys. And there's so many of these. You know, there's so many of these. I still want some OCLG, but this is one, you know, if you look at this chart, where's the pullback? I'm waiting for this thing to dump, you know, down here. All the rest of these have started dumping. I bought some of this today, but you know, it definitely could have a wick down here, so I'm ready for that if it does happen. But you just gotta be patient, guys. So I really want to work my patience, and that's something that I'm really taking seriously over the next couple of months to you know, to continue developing myself as a trader. Because you hit $100,000 a month, you take those profits, you put them into good companies, good setups that can go 50%, 100%. You can turn that 100K month into a 250K month. You know, so I'm not putting any cap on what type of earnings I can make, guys, because it's beautiful, exponential growth. That's why I love being a day trader. You know, there's no salary cap, and it's just pretty incredible. So that's pretty much it. I guess the one thing I do want to mention is that MIDI woke up a little bit today. You know, got a little more volume today. I was trying to add all up in here. I didn't get any shares, so we'll see if this starts a run. I'm still holding all my shares again. If you ask me if I'm holding something that I've made videos about in the past where I say I'm going to be holding for years, I'm just not going to respond to those comments on YouTube. So if MIDI goes up to 25 and then dumps back down to 21 or something, or maybe it dumps tomorrow and breaks down to 17, if you comment asking MIDI update or are you still in MIDI, I'm just not going to reply because I think that's a pretty stupid comment. I am not going to be selling my shares of this company for a very long time. I am very bullish on this. And it's cool that it's starting to get some volume. But you know, if it dips, I still have plenty to add on this one. So I'm looking forward to the future, guys. It's going to be exciting. Going to be very exciting. I think that's pretty much it. I'm probably missing something. Oh yeah, GTII. Not GTIIX. GTII. This one was a beautiful short today, guys. Absolutely beautiful short. I mean, I nailed this. I nailed this short. Unfortunately, I didn't have the size that I wanted. But you know, when this thing like started running and then it had a bounce where it was like running out of the gate, and I was thinking, am I gonna long this thing? But then it just stuffed. It reminded me of this stuff right here. And then the bounce just like failed, and it kept getting weaker and weaker, and then it cracked low a day. Like I started shorting into these bounces. I might have actually started shorting on this wick right here. But then I added big when it cracked and went red on the day. I didn't get filled till like 2.4, but I mean it just dumped immediately. dumped immediately. So that was a nice short. I actually missed, unfortunately, this crack here. I could not get filled for the life of me. And it did have a nice little mini bounce there. But I just, I love sketchy stocks like this, guys. They're great. They're great. Reminds me a lot of the LWLG type move. And this is just a great reminder of how far a breakout can go, guys. Just crazy. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, you know the drill. Let's grow better together. Preguntar, bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.